there's a tradition as we wrap every single week. That's nothing to do with Remembrance Day, everything to do with the recent presidential election. But as we wrap up our podcast and YouTube broadcast week every week, courtesy of our friends at the Dairy Queens in Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park, we roll out the red carpet for you. We invite you to bring the heat. We want your hottest takes. It's the Flamethrower, presented by the DQs of Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park. This is an all-U.S. election edition. How about this one from No Name Supplied? No, that's the real name. It's No Name Supplied. Nice handle. Says, Jess Boy, I listen to your show, but I don't participate in the chat. But it was interesting listening to your guests the morning after the election, October 6th, how many of them were so surprised that Donald Trump won. I listened to a lot of money market podcasts. The key money managers have been saying since the beginning of October that Trump would be the next president. The stock market, money management companies were already telling the story well over a month before the election, so I was not surprised. On another note, I can't even believe your unofficial, unscientific Twitter poll who Canadians wanted to win. Kamala is very intelligent, but to me, she never came across in her presentations as a true leader. There was too much laughing into the microphone. In order to be the next POTUS, in my opinion, the right person won this go-round. That from No Name Supplied. What about this one from Rob from Sherwood Park, who says, I did not see this result coming. Just the day before the election, I said to my family, we won't know the results for days because it's going to be so close. There will be recounts all over the place. Boy, was I ever wrong, says Rob, including the Nostradamus of elections. Alan Rickman said this election was called by 10 o'clock. Trump in, Harris out. I guess I'm happy the Democratic process worked. Americans made their choice, but I'm uncertain about where that leaves us. I can only hope that President Trump steers away from all this tariff talk, realizes Canada is a great friend and neighbor, and that Americans benefit more from the current scenario than they would under Trump's terrible tariff tactics. Rob from Sherwood Park says, thanks for the vine. Thank you, Rob. What about this one from Earl, who says Donald Trump's recent electoral victory represents a triumph of common people over their political elites. Trump received his highest percentage of support from non-college educated men and women, in other words, the working class. By contrast, Kamala Harris received the majority of support from college educated men and women. There's a clear class difference between the support received by each candidate. That from Earl. This one from Ron. He says, I really need to get this off my chest and into the void. I hate Donald Trump. I really don't like him. I hate that he's about to become president again. There will be a million takes on why or how Kamala Harris lost, when she lost. But when these sorts of things happen, you're going to see people saying things like, I'm honestly convinced much of this country is not much smarter than livestock. Instead of paying attention to why they feel disillusioned. That kind of a take is a big reason why some people are so fed up with the holier-than-thou attitudes that so many high-ranking Democrats and the Democratic donor class has. Yeah, it's true that the economy's good, but who exactly is it good for? Executives insulated from the struggles of everyday working-class people? Bernie Sanders was right when he said that today's Democratic Party has abandoned the working class, because it has. The electorate is not stupid. They're rightfully angry. And in Canada, we're about to send the same message to the Liberals when Pierre Poilievre wins. Ron says, obviously I'm not American, but if I was, I'd vote for the Democratic ticket simply because I can't stand Donald Trump. Now that I think about it, that's another reason why Harris lost. I'm not Biden, and Trump is a horror show. You know what? Calling the electorate stupid for voting for Trump is a big reason why the Democratic Party is in its current form. They may never win another fucking election. That from Ron. And how about this one from Pilot One, who says, I've got a summary of your November 6th show. Now, I got to show this. This is way too long for me to read the whole thing, Pilot, so unfortunately, I got to do a little bit of editing, okay? But first, Trump wins in a landslide. Why? Well, I don't know. People don't want migrants flooding into their communities. People want to know what's going on in schools and what's happening to their children. People want girls' sports to be girls' sports, not some guy claiming he's a woman changing in their change rooms. People want to be able to afford food. People want to feel safe, and under Joe Biden, they didn't. 16 million fewer votes for the Democrats, and Trump stayed the same. Amazing. What happened to those 16 million? Were they not harvested? Did the dead change their vote? Or maybe the Republican team of poll watchers changed something? You decide. Pilot One says, tariff panic, we lived, and we did so well last time Trump was in power, and we will again. The U.S. stock market exploded on November 6th, so if American businesses boom, so will we, due to where most our products go. As far as Canada goes, says Pilot One, we'll be fine. Once we get a strong, capable leader and a strong team to negotiate fair trade deals, we'll be fine. Trump is tough, but he's sensible to what I will work best for his country and his strongest ally. Hell, even Justin's team made deals, so it can't be that tough. So to all you doom and gloom people in the chat, just put your soother in and curl up in a tight ball on the couch, and this too shall pass. When Trump was in power last time, did the Trump boogeyman come after you? No. If you think he's coming now, please speak out, because we'll get some supports over to you immediately. Oh, and one other thing, says Pilot One in closing. Just remember, just because somebody doesn't have a college degree, it doesn't mean they're stupid. How many doctors can drive truck, or operate an air seeder, or fly a plane? Everybody has different things they aspire to, and that is what makes our people and country a great place to live and work. Pilot One, that's where we can agree. These are all real emails to talk@ryanjesperson.com. The Flamethrower is presented weekly by the DQs in Palisades, Namao, Newcastle, Westmount, and in Sherwood Park on Baseline Road. When you go in and grab a flamethrower off that signature stack burger menu, you make sure you let them know Real Talk sent you. We'll be back Monday, November 11th with a very special episode of Real Talk featuring D-Day veteran Marty Jones. We hope you'll join us then, lest we forget.